What's up guys, welcome to a brand new series. This is Hot or Not. This is where we look at brand new darts products and decide whether they're hot or whether they're not. So what that means is if I think a product is good or a product is worth buying, I'll say it's hot, and if I think it's not worth buying or it's not really quite there, I'll say it's not. So this episode of Hot or Not is going to be about the Target launch, of course. That happened the other day. If you've not seen the launch products yet, then stick around, enjoy this video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're brand new, and yeah, let's get into the Target launch, Hot or Not. So I don't want to go through like flights and stems and stuff. I just want to go through shirts, darts, cases, accessories, that sort of things. Things that would be a little bit more interesting. The flights are whatever, aren't they, really? I don't really care about the flights. So anyway, let's start off with a shirt. Let's start off with the Dimitri Vandenberg Gen 1 shirt. This is going to be £38.95. And I think the design looks quite cool. It comes in sizes from small all the way to 4XL, so I would imagine that's going to fit most people. And the shirt looks good, to be fair. I think it's a really clean, really nice shirt. And for 39 quid, I don't think that's a bad price for a dart shirt. Sometimes you see a lot of companies, they put the prices stupidly high, and I don't think that's awful. I think it's a little bit expensive, but it's not awful. So the Dimitri Vandenberg shirt, I'm going to give it a hot. So next up we have the Tacoma cases. Now these are really nice cases. I've used quite a few of these in my time. And we've got the Tacoma Sarah Silver, we have the teal, and we have the copper. Now out of all of them, my favourite is probably the teal one. I think the pink and the bluey, tealy colour look really good. So my favourite is probably the teal one. But the colours, they're a little bit different. You don't normally see people go for these sort of colours on dart cases. So it's nice to have a little bit of variation. I would definitely say the teal one looks cool. But I think for £13 or for £13.95, the cases are good. It's a decent case. You can fit like one full setup in there, plus like another set of darts or whatever. And I do find that they're really spacious and you get enough in there. Some people do like massive cases. Like I was even considering, like I've got this case for my GoPro, like it's massive. I could use that as a dart case, but I don't need that much stuff. I don't feel like I need that many bits, and I think a case like this is perfect. So the Tacoma Sarah in the 3 colours, I'm going to give it a hot as well. So next up we have the Sync range of darts. These are going to be the 80% tungsten darts. The slightly lesser down versions, the slightly cheaper version of dart that has come out in this launch. And I think they look quite good, to be fair. They don't look too bad. They look pretty good. I like the discoloration on like some of the barrel and stuff, like how it's been maybe sandblasted or something. And they're a very simple dart, and I like simple. Simple's good for me. And at $39.95 for all of those, they do have a soft tip version as well. I think they're decent. I think they're pretty good. I personally wouldn't go for an 80% tungsten dart because I'm a bit of a dart snob. Sorry about that. Not really. I like my tungsten to be about 90% or higher. So it's a bit of a tricky one. These are not for me, but I wouldn't say that they're not worth buying. So I'm gonna give them a hot, just not for me, if that makes sense. So yeah, I wouldn't go for them, but I wouldn't say don't go for them. And at £39.95, I think that's a pretty decently priced set of darts. Next up, we have the Colt series. This is like the higher up version. These are all 90% tungsten as well, and these do look quite cool. Now, the price for these is $75.95, which for what they are is not a bad price, to be honest. They've also gone with their own little Colt logo, and it reminds me of the Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter. I don't know if anyone else gets the same vibe from it, but it reminds me of Harry Potter for some reason. And the Colt darts, they come in, they are the Colt 01, the Colt 02, the Colt 03, and the Colt 11. I don't understand the naming process for any of the darts that we've talked about so far, because we go 1, 2, 3, and then 11. If someone knows what they're talking about, maybe this is something I've just gone over my head. Maybe I'm not smart enough to understand, but I don't understand actually. So I think the Colt 11 is called the Colt 11 because I think it's going to be the Colt 11. And I think that's because it's a soft tip version. That could be the reason. Anyway, the Colt versions of the darts, they look good. Now, I had a hold of one last night at darts. Someone brought some to darts last night. And I must admit, they feel better than they look. I don't know if that was I don't know if other people have looked at these darts and thought, oh, they're going to be like, they're a bit much. I like a bit of a simple dart, but they're a little bit much. But when you have them in your fingers and you feel them, they don't feel like overly grippy. They don't feel like they're too much. So I'm going to go, again, with the Cult darts, we're going to go for another hot. I'm going hot on these. I like them. The launch so far has been pretty decent. So the Cult darts, we're giving it a hot. Next up, we have the Raymond van Barneveld darts. These are the RBV 95X Echo SP, or also the soft tip version of the dart. These are going to be 90 quid. These are expensive dart. These are 95% tungsten though, so you get a little bit more tungsten percentage if you don't know what that means. Basically, your dart's going to be a little bit heavier for a little bit smaller. So if you like a certain weight, then the dart will be a little bit smaller the more tungsten it has, so you can fit more of them in a treble 20. Basically, that's the idea. 90 quid for these darts. I actually like the look of these darts. I don't normally like a Barney dart, but I just think they're a little bit on the pricey side. If this sort of barrel suits you, which it doesn't really suit me, I don't really like this sort of barrel shape, but if it suits you, then yeah, go for it. But I'm going to have to give a knot at some point in this video, otherwise people are going to think I'm arse-licking Target. So I'm going to go for a knot on the RVB Echoes. It's just not for me. They're a little bit expensive. Not too expensive, 90 quid. I feel like if I'd said 10 years, well, not 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, that 90 quid was a decent price for a set of darts, I wouldn't believe anyone who said that. But yeah, it's not bad. I think you've got to factor in the fact that Target are a slightly more premium expensive brand, so 90 quid isn't awful, but it's a little bit expensive. So the Target RVB 95X Echo SP versions and the soft tip version, we're going for a knot. Sorry Barney, we're going for a knot. Next up, we have the Phil Taylor versions of the Barney versions, pretty much. So this is the Phil Taylor. These are the Power 95 Gen 9. So think about how many gens Phil Taylor has had. I think he had how many at Unicorn? Like 6? 7 maybe 7 gens. He's on his 9th gen now here at Target, and they are, yeah, so we've got the Phil Taylor Power 95 Gen 9 SP, and we have the Phil Taylor Power 95 Gen 9 soft tip. Yeah, so we have the soft tip version and the regular version. Now again, not my kind of shaped barrel, not the sort of thing that I want, and these also come at £95. So you get, it's £95, 95% tungsten, so you're paying £1 per percentage. Which, yeah, it's a little, you're sort of creeping up to that expensive. But to be fair, Phil Taylor's darts have always been expensive. Again, same thing as the Barney ones. I think the price is a little bit too high, and I think it's just something that I wouldn't use. And there's so many versions of Phil Taylor darts now that I don't know anyone who, maybe some people out there do. Maybe some people will use the new Taylor dart every single year and that'll be their match dart. I think there's enough Phil Taylor darts out there that you can probably get for like 30 or 40 quid that do the same job as this one. So Phil Taylor 95 Gen 9s SPs. We're going not on this one. Sorry, Phil. We're going not. And the last dart we're going to talk about is the Elysian 8. 18 gram. Are they all soft tip? Are they all soft tip, or is it only soft tip on the website? I feel like there must be a standard tip version. It's not on the website, but I'm assuming there's a soft tip version and a non-soft tip version. I could be completely wrong. I don't know why the normal version isn't on the website, but we'll ignore the point and we'll go for the actual dart. So the Elysians are incredibly expensive, but they also, I think I heard a stat once that like the Elysian barrel per barrel took like 3 hours to make. So if you put it in a machine, it would take like 3 hours to do all the cuts. So like a set of darts would take 9 hours to make, which is like absolutely ridiculous. Very, very expensive dart, but they're kind of, you get the experience of the Elysian, you get the ridiculously over the top case and stuff. Well, I guess it's not over the top at 425 quid. It's pretty normal actually to pay that much money and get a good experience. These are, again, not for me. I would never ever use a dart that was £425, but there is resale value in these darts and they do tend to go up in price. So if you can get a set, then I'm going to give it a hot. We're going to go hot on the Elysian darts. If you can get a set and you can hold on to them and you can treat them like a little asset that slowly grows and grows and grows, maybe you'll be able to sell them for a couple of £100 more in a few years' time. Potentially. The early Elysians, very, very good, went up in value a lot. Nowadays, I don't know if they're going to continue doing the same thing and continue going up in value like the old ones. It's the same with shoes, to be honest. I'm properly into my shoes. Old shoes, really expensive. New shoes, go up a little bit, but not as much as the old ones do. So, Elysians, we're going hot. And the last thing from the Target launch that I want to talk about is going to be the Target Mod Hub. Now, for me, the idea of this is sick. I love the idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a little bit of a gimmick, but I do love a gimmick. So I like it. I think it's good. It's got a system where you can rotate the board and make sure that it is centered perfectly every single time. I've got no idea how that even works. I don't know how it works and stuff, or how you connect it to your own board. Hopefully, it doesn't require you as the user to be perfect on the installation. I guess it kind of does a little bit, but not like too perfect. Otherwise, if you install it wrong, then it's always going to be wrong, and there's never going to be a way of fixing it and having your board straight at all. So hopefully, it's very, very easy to install, and it's not a lot going with it, but we'll see. So it comes with the mod, which is the back thing of the board, the bit that holds the dartboard on. They've also brought out a surround, which I can't imagine is anything different than a normal surround. I would hope that Target would bring out the system where you could use your own surround. So I don't know exactly, but I would assume you can use your own surround. That is out. We have the Target mod Halo, which is their own new light ring as well. That looks cool. And then we have the mod mount, which is going to be a phone holder. We have the rails that stick into the thing. And yeah, that is it. So I thought, when I saw it come out, and let me just go through the prices and stuff. So the Target mod hub, the hub piece on its own, is £99.95. The surround is £39.95. The light ring is £74.95. The mod mount, like the phone holder, is £19.95. And then the rails, you can get them in two different sizes, but the rails are £19.95 individually, and the mod can hold up to 8 rails. So at the moment, the only thing you can connect to a rail is the Target mod mount, but there will be a lot of people who have 3D printers and stuff who can make their own systems, and that'll be really cool. I think that'll work really well, and I would assume they're going to continue to bring out more and more accessories that make more and more sense and stuff like that. So yeah, Target, if you are watching this video, if we could have an accessory that fits onto like a camera, like this one I'm using, like a DSLR camera, that sort of like little screw mount, I don't know what it's called. If we can have one of them, that'd be great. If not, I'll make my own. But yeah. Overall, I thought when it come out that the Target mod hub would come with the rails, and I don't think it does come with the rails. I don't think it comes with any rails at all. You have to buy the rails. So the problem with that is it's going to be accessories available. Yeah, the problem is I think that if you want to put loads of rails on it, it's going to be really expensive. I had a look I had to see like how much it would cost to buy everything. So you have all the rails, the lights, the mod, the phone holder. It was like, I think it was 300. Let me have a look. £394.40 to buy the lot. And that's before even the other accessories have come out and stuff. So it's spenny. It's an expensive piece of kit. I'm going to give this a hot. We're going to go hot. I think it's a good, fun, exciting piece of kit, but it is expensive, and it's going to be expensive. And the more you have it, the more they're going to bring out stuff, and the more you're going to think, oh, I really want that, and that's another load of money you've spent. Now, just to back up the price, the mod itself, I believe it's going to be a little bit, it's like 100 quid. I think that's fairly reasonable for what you get. But I think the rails are overpriced. I think the phone holders is overpriced. You can buy them on Amazon for like 3 quid. And yeah, I like the idea though. So the mod, we're going to get a thumbs up. Anyway, guys, that is the Target launch. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like on it, thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what part of the Target launch that you enjoy the most, or what would you buy, and let me know if you would give any of these a hot or not, or if you change your mind from what I would say. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.